All right, check it out and let me know that. All right. Good afternoon, Off the Bench Sports family. We are here live. Tata's Italian Ice Concessions and More. I think that's the name of it. Tata's Italian Ice Concessions and More. Had to make sure I get that right. We want to thank Tata's Italian Ice Concessions and More for letting us use their location here, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Joining me is a very special guest. To my left, he is a local legend here in the Ascension, Baton Rouge area. 2003 East Ascension graduate. He is a LSU All-American, the most decorated football player on the defensive side of the ball ever in LSU school history. Drafted in 2007-2008 football season by the Kansas City Chiefs. He also did a stint with the San Francisco 49ers. Off the Bench Sports family, please welcome Glenn Putt Dorsey. What's up, Glenn? How you doing?
Right, doing good, man. Glad to be here and just enjoying my family and just hanging out.
No doubt, man. Thanks for taking a moment with Off the Bench Sports, man. It's a really great honor and privilege that while you're home visiting your family, you take a second. So so it means a lot to me, man. We go way back though.
Yeah, we do. We go way back.
I was a full-time sub teacher at EA when Glenn was in high school. I don't want to say this, but I'm the reason for it. No, I'm just playing. That's DNA. It had nothing to do with me. Man, so we got to go back and start all the way in the beginning, man. Again, 2003 graduate at East Ascension. 2004 graduate at East Ascension. What do you remember back from those days?
I just remember a lot of hard work. I just remember enjoying playing to the high school with all my family, in my hometown, and just playing in front of my hometown, playing down there in Sporting Stadium. There's Friday Night Lights for sure. And, it was a blessing to be able to put the blue and gold on. And I just, I got a lot of family and friends still in Gonzales, and I just really enjoyed my time there.
That's what's up, man. You played for Coach Beasley at EA. You were a specialist at the defensive tackle position. Finish your high school career, you get a scholarship to go play football at LSU. What was that feeling like?
It was a tremendous feeling. I actually got a scholarship to go to LSU in 11th grade. I committed as a junior.
Okay.
So I shut down my whole committing recruiting process. I didn't take any visits, and I know I want to stay close to home, and I know I have been talking with Coach Saban, and just being in an environment over there at LSU, I fell in love with it, and so I knew it was like my dream come true.
The one thing that I remember about you as a player was that you had a great energy, great work ethic, and that transcended you at LSU. I can remember watching you play on the field as a freshman, and the energy was still there. As a freshman, what was freshman college football like for you at LSU?
It was a step above, high school, man. I got in there. I got to work behind Carl Roden and Kyle Williams, who were two All-Americans themselves. So I ended up starting 2 games my freshman year, and those guys, Marcus Spears and all those guys, took me under their wing and really showed me the ropes. And, I had a lot to prove, and I think they were seeing I was willing to work hard and be humble and put my head down and go get it. So they kind of embraced me, took me under their wing. And, it was a tremendous time, man. I really enjoyed it, and I think we might have lost in 2 games that year, but that was a tremendous year for me, man. Real humbling.
The mainstay, I think, for you as a young kid was you were super strong, super powerful. At East Ascension, I think you had a couple of wrestling, powerlifting championships. How much did that play a part of what you did going into LSU as a freshman?
Oh yeah, I think it played a big part. I think that we were able to get in the weight room real hard, work on our strength and conditioning with Coach Daniels and Coach Beasley was down there. So it really helped me moving forward, getting to LSU. But the underlying thing was just working hard, man, working hard and staying focused, keeping my head down, and just not listen to the outside noise. Just know what's important. Just I really just wanted a shot. I really wanted a shot. I wanted a ticket to the dance. I didn't need no guarantees, nothing like that. I just wanted to be there, and what I do from there was on me.
Right. After your freshman year, you guys get a coaching change. I remember this like it was yesterday because I cursed your entire sophomore season. I don't think that you got the minutes that you had earned from your freshman year. How was that change under the new coaching staff?
Well, it wasn't a big change. I still was playing behind two All-Americans. I was third man, rotating with them. I actually got to start a game my sophomore year. And, actually, Coach Miles was recruiting me hard in high school. And Coach Dunbar ended up being my D-line coach. He was one of the first guys I worked with in high school. So it was really like a homecoming. We just worked hard. We all worked hard together, man. And I'm just thankful I'll get the opportunity.
Man, when the process of greatness always comes at a cost. When did you realize what the cost was for Glenn Dorsey to reach his height of greatness?
The cost?
Yes. It's not a financial cost. It's a cost of giving absolutely everything you have to be better.
You kind of realize that after the fact, when I retired from football, injuries catch up with you. You know what I mean? So that was the main cost for me, is healing my body. You got so many close calls, so many injuries that you're playing through, and just stuff like that. So then when you're done playing, all that stuff gets magnified. It don't go away. So it's a big deal, to take care of your body and to rehab and stuff like that.
Finish your career at LSU, man. I can't best defensive player, best defense. You got so many awards in your career at LSU. Did you know that you were going to go on to be that special of a player at LSU?
Well, I didn't really look at it like that, man. I just know if I work hard and give myself an opportunity, what's gonna happen. But I knew it was gonna start from me working hard. That's one thing I will say. My dad, man, always instilled me to work hard. So nobody owe you nothing. So you get a ticket I wanted a ticket to the dance. That's all I wanted. So what I do from there was on me. And I never looked up. I never looked up, man. I never looked up. I know I had 4 years to make something happen. And fortunately, I was able to do that and do a lot of hard work and discipline and just focus, man. And like I said, I never looked up. I just stayed in the moment.
What was the surreality of winning a college national championship?
Oh, it was tremendous, man. That's what I signed up for. That's what I went there for, and then to do it, be able to do it in front of my hometown, my family and friends. I'm from here, so it made it that more special. I didn't have to go out of state. I didn't have to go to another state. I just want to show that the talent comes from right here. We got enough. Right. We're plenty enough down here. Right. So I took pride in feeling that. I took pride in bringing that trophy back. I took pride in representing my hometown of Louisiana, that's the state of Louisiana. And, it was a tremendous feeling, man. One of the best feelings in my life.
Man, I think I shared in the joy that came with you winning and the success. It's one thing when you watch guys play the game or play athletics, and we all have great joy and passion, most of us, for athletics, and we're happy when our favorite teams or schools win. But I think it hits a little bit differently when it's someone and someone that seen grow up. It's just different. You win I think you guys won 2 in your tenure at LSU, 2 national champs.
One. They won it the year before I got there.
Okay.
And we won it my senior year.
When your senior year is over, achieved all these awards and merits, what was your thought before the ping pongs come out and you find out the draft order? How much were your hopes set on getting drafted by the New Orleans Saints?
I wasn't thinking like that. I know how the process goes, and I just wanted to do my part and work hard, man, and let the chips fall where they fall. Like I said, nothing guaranteed, but I can't control whether I work hard and learn the playbook and stuff like that. So I was happy to go where I went. Whoever wanted to draft me, I was happy for it.
Kansas City was the destination. What was that process like being in New York, being on stage, having all your family, friends, and loved ones around you? What was that process like for you?
Yeah, it was amazing, man. Like you said, I flew my whole family, man, everybody, man. It was probably like 50 of us out there, man.
Wow.
My first time in New York. So I got to put smiles on their faces, man. I got to see, they got to see Times Square and stuff like that. They got to see the draft where, you can see it on TV,
Right.
So that was the biggest thing for me. I wanted to share that moment with them. I wanted to experience that moment, so that was very important to me. And seeing my younger cousins and stuff like that, just come to see that as possible, so I want to share that with them.
I hope I'm not out of line, and he knows how I feel about him as well. And along the same time, you got a cousin that's doing really well in the college ranks, and Sean Nelson. You guys both are 04 graduates of East Ascension, and he's doing his thing. How was that like for you? And to see somebody that you played pee-wee ball with growing up, and families are really close knitted.
Right.
What was that like for you?
That was special, man. That was special. Like you said, we family first. We also grew up playing ball together all the way from Little League. So we started off playing 5 years at San Juan Wildcats.
Right.
Then went on to play 2 years at Gonzales Middle. Went on to play 4 years at East Ascension. So, it was a great feeling knowing that I had my cousin. We seen the ups and downs of just life, just dealing with them and stuff like that. So, it felt special that it could be 2 of us.
Right.
2 of us, man. Not just one. It's not a fluke thing. It's 2 of us that can do it.
Right.
So we both took pride in that, man. And it was just an honor to be able to represent, our family and the hometown of Gonzales, Louisiana. East Ascension High School, Gonzales, Middle School, and Wildcats.
Right. R.I.P. to this next person, man. You had a body to look up to and being a professional athlete and seeing what a professional looks like, and Hyrod Williams, who's also related to you guys. How much influence did that have on you in becoming a professional?
Well, a lot, man, because, as a kid, you're growing up, you're looking for that name, that somebody that you can relate to on a big level like that, to show you that it's possible. So Hot Rod came through first. Hot Rod paved the way, brought a lot of attention out here. So, it's really important that you continue that legacy.
Right. Going from college, you already had a superb work ethic, in my opinion. My opinion don't mean nothing, though. You showed it on the field, who you were. How much transitional work did you have to do going from college to NFL, and the process of all, because you were a top 5 NFL draft pick.
Right.
With that comes a lot of outside attention that has nothing to do with the actual game of football. Who did you go to learn how to manage all that time, outside time that you had to manage? Who's some of the people that you talked to as confidants and friends?
Really just my teammates. Those guys on my team in Kansas City. And when I got to Kansas City, we pretty much switched to a 3-4 defense.
Right.
So it was completely opposite what I used to doing my entire life.
Right.
So that was I had to go through another maturation process in that. Learning how to master playing at a 3-4 defensive end when I've been a nose tackle and a 3 technique 4-3 my whole life.
Right.
So it was a maturation process that I had to go through. And and I feel like I got to play in the league for 9 years. I got to play in the league for 9 years, and I think that shows resilience in myself because I was able to adapt. I was able to adapt and learn a whole different way of playing ball than I used to, let alone doing it in the NFL.
Right. In college, man, you were so dominant. The double team happened every play, and you still figured out ways to make the play at the end of the play before the whistle was blown. Now you get to the NFL, and like you said, you go from a 4-3 to a 3-4, where the down nose tackle, that's automatically a double team in the NFL.
Right.
What did you have to do mentally to make that adjustment?
Well, man, I just had to stay within myself, man, and know what brought me there, know what got me there, man. Read out all the outside information, all the outside noise. People were used to seeing me playing a certain position a certain way, right. And I had to have the maturity and the understanding that I know this defense doesn't look like that. So, I had to read out all the outside noise and know I had a job to do. I'm thankful and I'm grateful I was able to do that.
How much, in the process of you knowing how the game changed for you from high school to collegiate to professional, what was it like? Again, you just spoke on this, people saying, well, Glenn isn't doing the same work that he did in college, in the pros. What did it take for you to block out that noise and just still be professional and work every day?
It didn't take much because it's just noise. I know I had to work hard. I know I was able to start in the league for 9 years. They don't let people do that with their job. You got to know that. So,
right.
And I don't expect everybody to get it. I don't expect everybody to see the hard work behind the scenes and really understand it. Schemes and stuff like that. To the casual fan, it just they don't understand that, and I respect that. I don't expect them to. So, it wasn't hard, but you got to stay focused. I was blessed to be in that position, and I was going to, do my job as long as I can.
Right, man. That's, again, a lot of people. I can speak for me on this one. I have no clue of what it takes to have to be at practice early because it may be 2-3 interviews with different entities that you have to do, and then you have to go and get therapy for practice, and then or before that maybe you have to watch film or all the other things that come through with being a professional athlete. What was the thing that you say that helped you the most in making the adjustment to all these little intricacies that you had to take on?
I take pride in being from the Dallas, man, and being down here from Baton Rouge. As you can see, we doing this in the middle of the rain.
Yeah.
And it take a resilient person to be able to do that. It's a mindset down here. So I feel like if I wasn't such a resilient person that my parents and my community installed in me, maybe I would have let that break me. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So like I said, I already knew at the bottom line. At the end of the day, man, you just got to work hard. And whatever they're gonna say, but I'm not concerned about that. Like I said, I'm blessed to be in a position to represent my family, represent my hometown, represent my home state. And so I just put my head down there and just kept working.
Football is a transitional game in the NFL. Today you hear, this evening you may be there. You do a contract stint in Kansas,
yep.
and now it's off to San Francisco to play with the 49ers. What was that like for you?
Well, it was just another transition. It's just another transition. Like I said, I started out in Kansas City, and I was blessed to be able to go to San Francisco for 4 years, and learn new experiences, new people, and new environments. So it's really adding to me. I get to take this and take that, and take that. I've been all over the world. I played in London, stuff like that. So it really helped mold me as a well-rounded person. I would say, Right. So I try to take a little bit from this coach, that coach, this guy, that player, and just try to apply it to myself in life.
Right.
So I had a tremendous journey, man. I enjoyed it.
if I'm not mistaken, I'm getting a little old, but I got a couple gray strands when it's hair on my head. I got a couple gray strands up there. But if I'm not mistaken, memory serves correctly, T.O. was in San Francisco for a minute while you were there. No, he had left already.
He was out. Yeah, I didn't go with T.O. Sean played with T.O. Sean Nelson
in Buffalo. Right. I could have sworn that he was still there when you got there. What do you remember about T.O. being in the league while you were there?
I remember thinking this man still got it. He still got it, man. He's a tremendous athlete, tremendous person, a tremendous player. Obviously he's in the Hall of Fame for a reason.
That's right. And he's definitely probably my favorite wide receiver ever. You know who my favorite defensive lineman is, right?
Who that?
Say his name.
Who that?
Say his name.
Who that?
We ain't talking about the Saints right now. We ain't talking about the Saints right now. Say his name for me.
Who that, man?
Glenn Dorsey. Now, you've been my guy forever, man. So, San Francisco, couple of injuries. One, I think it was
I tore my bicep. Tore my bicep my second year in San Francisco. In my third year in San Francisco, I tore my ACL, MCL, everything.
Right.
So that was a big, that was a big process coming back from injuries, and that's to be expected. Right. That's to be expected. You work hard. This game is a young man's game. Your body wear and tear, man. That's individual journeys within the big journey.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So, it just like I said, you got to be a resilient person to be able to come back and come back and come back and come back and keep swinging with individual battles within the game. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I had a great time, man. I enjoyed it.
What was the process like for you? You said you tore everything up in your knee, and making the decision to decide whether you want to do what it takes to rehab and get back in football shape, because all of that is a thing. Right? It's a real thing, and I only know this because I just saw my son go through ACL surgery and all this, and it was a process.
Definitely a process.
Like, what was the process like for you, and how much did it affect your mental focus on being a professional football player?
Well, I feel like it just added a layer to me. When I tore my ACL up in Seattle, it was, like I said, it's traumatic. You go from being this one way to you see your leg and it's like whoa. So but then once you get over that part, you really understand this is a new journey. So now the new journey is to come back stronger. Right. Now the new journey is to come back before they say you need to come back. Now, you know what I mean? It's journeys within yourself that add to the overall picture. So I had my wife. She nursed me back then. I got a great support system. My mom and dad, my family. And like I said, it became another journey within a journey for me to come back.
Man, you go through rehab, come back. What? I hope this isn't too personal of a question. What made you decide to finally retire as a player?
Well, man, I was done, man. I got to play that beautiful sport for 9 years, man. I got to play for 9 years. I was fortunate to take care of my finances and stuff like that. So, when you're done. Your body will tell you when you're done. Right. So, like you said, while you're there, you work hard, and your body will tell you when you're done. Just listen to it. It's smart. Just listen.
Your body definitely has its own mind outside of the one that you think with in your head. You retired. I know for me, when I found out that you had decided to hang up the cleats and the helmet for good, I was a little sad. But then I said, well, he's been the type of player where ESPN is going to be calling, LSU is going to be calling. You have no desire to do anything other than live life every day. What can we expect from Glenn Dorsey?
As of today, I'm good, man. As of today, I'm good. As of today, I'm good, man. I'm healthy, man. I got a beautiful wife and kid now. Life different for me. I live out in California, and I take it day by day. I enjoy it, man. It's a new journey. It's a new game for me. I'm a father, so
right.
That's the main journey, So
right.
I'm enjoying myself, enjoying life, man.
Man, I want to say this, man. You look really good. Are you still working out every day, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I work out pretty much every day. I don't lift too much weights, I don't go too hard, but it's a lifestyle. You gotta, rehab yourself back to, normal civilian life. So it's a real life for me and my wife also. We work out, we active, that's just what we do.
Right. Understandably, you're still relatively young. If my memory serves me correctly, you should be about 36 now.
I'll be 36 years.
Man, I ain't looked that up either, man. That's just knowing time.
Right.
Knowing time.
Right.
Do a little thing called rapid fire. So what that means is I say something and you give me your thoughts on it. You want to join me in that?
Go for it.
All right. First thing, and we talked about this off camera, your jersey getting retired from LSU. How would you feel about that?
Obviously, it's been a tremendous thing, so I don't really have too much to say about it.
From my understanding, you built a relationship with another East Ascension graduate. He's now the head football coach at East Ascension, and Darnell Lee. What's your relationship like with him?
Yeah, we talk from time to time. We got a few things coming up in the future. I don't want to mention specifics because it's still in the works, but he's doing a great job. He does a great job when he cares about the kids. So it's a good deal.
Your relationship with your old college football coach, what's that like?
Which one?
Last one, Les.
That's that was a great relationship. I was just in town for his Louisiana Hall of Fame deal like 2 years ago. He texted me and talked.
Did you just get inducted into the Louisiana Hall of Fame as well?
I did. Overall.
Did it mean nothing to you?
What?
What did that mean to you?
Everything. Tremendous honor.
I love it. Hey, so one more. I think one more really good question, and so what's the one thing now that you retired? What's the one thing that you like to do to show kids that if you do this, you can have a really successful life?
Well, first of all, I got a son, so I'm currently finishing my degree at LSU, so they can understand the picture of, I did this, and this, but I didn't feel important.
Right.
So just trying to be an example for the kids in the community, man. Just showing that they can get big names from the Valley, from Baton Rouge, from the surrounding areas. Try to, just take it one day at a time and always give them something example. Set the right foot forward.
What are you majoring in?
Right now, general studies. I'm finishing my degree. Yeah.
General studies normally mean you're going to be in education.
We'll see.
Not going to surprise you.
We'll see.
High school coaching.
We'll see.
I'm trying to get it out of you guys. Don't be surprised if you look up.
Don't say that now.
I'm not. We haven't talked about this now. But God just gives me things, and so don't be surprised if you see him on the sideline near you. And I'm not saying that it may or may not be here in Louisiana.
I didn't say that.
He didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
He didn't say that. So, hey, my guy, Glenn Dorsey, still a mammoth of a man. I bet he could still play right now if he chose to. He was a great at all 3 levels, and that's just me. I don't care if don't nobody else agree with it. That's why he's my guy. So, thank you, Glenn, for joining us. We want to thank Tata's Italian Ice Concessions and More for letting us use their spot here on location, 10064 Florida Boulevard on the service road. Come by, get some snacks today. Get a Italian icy. I'm gonna catch one while I'm here. So thank you. Remember, get off the bench, get into the game.
All right.